Hello everyone, I am Rameshwari Holkar, Center Head at Excel Civils Academy in Hyderabad. In these sessions, we are learning about India's river system. In today's session, we are learning River Krishna, which is second important river in the peninsular India after River Godavari. So let's learn in this session the right bank tributary and the origin of River Krishna. In the next session, we will learn the left bank tributary and other important information regarding the River Krishna. So let's welcome to all of you in today's session. So, River Krishna originates from the Western Ghat from the state of Maharashtra, regionally called as a Sahyadri. From this region it originates and then it enters in the region of Karnataka, in Telangana and finally in the state of Andhra Pradesh, and ultimately it confluences with the Bay of Bengal. There are many right and left bank tributaries are there, but important right bank tributaries are River Koyna, River Varna, River Ghataprabha, Malaprabha and River Tungabhadra. For the left bank tributary, two major important rivers are there. One is River Bhima and other is River Musi. So we will learn in depth about this river. I am covering each and everything. These sessions are very important for upcoming preliminary examination, as well as if you are preparing for the state examinations, especially for the Maharashtra, Karnataka, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. These sessions are very important because this river is entirely confined in this four states of the southern part of India. So let's learn about this river Krishna and its origin. Before starting in detail analysis, I want you to take a screenshot of this river system because I have in-depth given analysis and drawn this river system. So here, as I said, from the Mahabaleshwar region of Maharashtra, River Krishna originates. From there, it flows, enter in the region of northern part of Karnataka and then southern part of Telangana and again northern part of Andhra Pradesh. Finally, confluence with the Bay of Bengal. You can please keenly see these tributaries, right bank tributaries of the river Krishna. First is a Koyna, Varna, then there is a Ghataprabha, which originates from Maharashtra. Then there is a Malaprabha and Tungabhadra. These two tributaries originate in the state of Karnataka in the Western Ghat, and these first three tributaries, that is Koyna, Varna and Ghataprabha, originate in Western Ghat but from the state of Maharashtra. So these are the five important tributaries, and northern side we have the river Bhima again, which originates from the Western Ghat, and then there is river Musi, which originates from the Anantagiri hill in the state of Telangana. So if you understand that out of all of these tributaries of the river Krishna, only river Musi which originate out of the Western Ghat. Rest of the all rivers originate from the Western Ghat. This information is very important. Now let's learn one by one about this river. But if you consider the cities, those are popular and located in by the river basin of the Krishna is city of Pune, which is located one of the tributary of this river Bhima's Mula and Mutha river. Then there is a city of Hyderabad, which is capital of state of Telangana, which is located by this river Musi, and then there is a important city which is the Amravati, located by the river Krishna in the Andhra Pradesh. Also important city Vijayawada is also located at the bank of river Krishna. So those are the important cities to understand. Let's understand about these rivers. As I explained, everything is as it is. You can take screenshot. Learn about this first right bank tributary. This is also called as a southern tributary of the river Krishna. Understand about this river Koyna. As I said that it originates from the Western Ghat but from the same region where the Krishna river originates, that is from the Mahabaleshwar. So river Krishna and this Koyna, both of them originate from the Mahabaleshwar from the Western Ghat in Maharashtra. Understand that there is a Koyna dam has constructed in 1960s, and this is, if you must have heard about the man-made earthquake, then this region in general, Koyna and Varna region, are ecologically or tectonically quite stable because those are part of this Deccan Plateau. But because of this man-made Koyna dam has constructed on this river, this region experienced the reservoir trigger seismicity, which is called as RTS earthquake, and in 1967 this region experienced a high level or high magnitude of earthquake and more than 100 people lost their life. Now this is about this river Koyna. This is Koyna dam Again, understand the Koyna Dam is the Maharashtra's largest hydroelectric project which is based in the Western Ghat. This is the Koyna Dam. Again, understand about the second right bank tributary is the river Varna. This Varna river also originates in the Western Ghat. You can see there is a Varna river. So, this Varna river. Now, this river flows from the district of this Kolhapur as well as Sangli district of the Maharashtra, and this Chandoli National Park get water supply from this river Varna. This image have misplaced a bit, but I hope you understand that three important points related to the Varna: its origin, which national park is located, as well as from which region it flows, and this right bank tributary of this river Krishna. Then again third important is the Ghataprabha river. Now this Ghataprabha river again originate from the Western Ghat, from the state of Maharashtra, from the Sindhudurga district, and almost rest of the flow is there in the region of Karnataka. So there is a Gotak waterfall is located. You can see the image of this Ghataprabha, and originating from Maharashtra, it confluences with the Krishna in the state of Karnataka. So this is important information of this river Ghataprabha. Now this Malaprabha and Tungabhadra are the most important tributaries one need to understand. So this river Malaprabha originate again from the Western Ghat. You can see here the region of this Malaprabha, and originating from the Western Ghat and then entering into the region of this Karnataka. This region is basically very popular in the history, or historically this area was very popular during the 6th to 8th century of the Chalukya dynasty. So three important World Heritage Sites are located on the bank of this river Malaprabha are Ahihole, Pattadakal as well as Badami, or we call it as a Vatapi. So anytime if you are visiting to Karnataka, then you must take a great tour to the region of Karnataka, especially both of these rivers, Malaprabha as well as this Tungabhadra. Here I will take a quick tour of the region of Karnataka, where you will see many World Heritage Sites. Those are declared by the UNESCO. So anytime you are there in a Bangalore, take like around 300 kilometers. If you will travel, you will reach to the region of Hampi, which was in 14th century was a capital of the Vijayanagar Empire. From there, hardly around 150 kilometers, you can reach to Ahihole, which was again important region of the Chalukya dynasty from the 6th to 8th century. Then around 15 kilometers, you can reach to Pattadakal, and finally you can reach to the Badami, or called as a Vatapi, which was a capital of Chalukya dynasty. So both of this region, Badami, Pattadakal, Ahihole and Hampi, are important in the ancient as well as medieval history, where all of these sites are located nearby this Malaprabha and Tungabhadra river. So this is again a very important region. Understand the history in the perspective of geography as well. That interlinkage is very important. Without that, nowadays UPSC's questions are difficult and tricky to solve. The Ahihole, which is in the Karnataka, which is important ancient and medieval eras Buddhist, Hindu and Jain monument. You can see this monument of Ahihole. Again, let's understand about the Pattadakal. Chalukya dynasty is one of the important temple and the center. And then there is Badami or Vatapi, which was a capital of Chalukya dynasty. So you can see this amazing monuments located in the state of Karnataka by the river of Malaprabha. Now the final and important fifth tributary is the river Tungabhadra. Now river Tungabhadra is a confluence of two rivers. One is Tunga and other is Bhadra. Both of these rivers originate from the Western Ghat and confluence together in the Karnataka, and ultimately we call it as a river Tungabhadra. As I said that here important city, that is Hampi, is located. Now you can see other information here. Now one of the trivial information or very important information I would like to share with you is that the region between this Krishna and river Tungabhadra called as a Raichur Doab. Doab का मतलब होता है दो rivers. The region between these two rivers, that is known as a Doab. So river Krishna and Tungabhadra, that area is known as a Raichur Doab, where the Vijayanagar Empire was spread. You can see this area. First of all, go through this Tungabhadra river. Tunga and Bhadra, both of these confluence in the Karnataka and ultimately confluencing with the river Krishna. You can see this Raichur Doab. This is Raichur Doab. While you are reading history or NCRTs, you will get to or go through this Raichur Doab as well. This is river Krishna and river Tungabhadra. Between this area is known as a Raichur Doab. Now this Raichur Doab is very fertile land because both this river actually discharge that alluvial soil in this Doab. Remember that Hatti gold mine is located in this Raichur Doab region, which is between this river Krishna and Tungabhadra. If you consider about the gold mining in India, the Karnataka has the highest gold mining reserve. Then after Andhra Pradesh, and the third is the region of this Jharkhand. You can see this gold mine area. One is a Hatti gold mine and other is this Kolar gold field. Both of them are located in the state of Karnataka. Again, if we consider the major cities, those are located by this river Tungabhadra. There are three major cities are there. One is Hampi. In the old time or in the 14th century, it is called as the Vijayanagar city. Then there is Hospet, which is known as a Karnataka's steel city, which is again located in the region of Karnataka. And third is Kurnool region, which is the gateway for the Rayalaseema region, which is there in the Andhra Pradesh. You can see this Hampi. As I said, in today's time we call it as a Hampi. In old time it is called as a Vijayanagar. So here the many World Heritage Sites monuments are located, and two prominents are Vitthal Temple and second is Virupaksha Temple. I mean, you can literally stand by the Vitthal Temple and you can see this Virupaksha Temple as well. Both of these sites are important sites located in the southern bank of this river Tungabhadra. This is Vitthal Temple. A very intricate fine carving. You can see the pillars are musical pillars. You can knock and you can listen to music as what is it given in the NCRTs. As well as in front of this Vitthal temple, there is a stone chariot. You can see this stone chariot. And if you are handling a 50 rupees currency, then you can see in one side of this 50 rupees currency, there is this stone chariot which is there from the premise of Vitthal temple, which is located in the southern bank of river Tungabhadra. So this is stone chariot. Then other temple, as I was talking about the Virupaksha temple, again a very intricate carving you can see, and all of these carvings have done on this igneous rock, which is very hard to carve. But that time this carving, you can see very symmetrical carving. Every pillar of this Vitthal temple are symmetrical. It's so amazing. The another city, as I was talking about the Hospet, this is built by the Krishna Devaraya. Again very important in the Vijayanagar Empire, and this is also known as a steel city of Karnataka, which is located by the bank of river Tungabhadra. Then there is a Kurnool city. This is also called as a gateway of gateway of Rayalaseema. You can see the location of the Kurnool region. Again, this region was ruled in the 12th century by the Chola dynasty and 13th century by this Kakatiya dynasty. You can see here again region of the Kurnool, which is located by the Tungabhadra. So that's it about today's session. We have completed the right bank tributaries, that is river Koyna, Varna, Malaprabha, Ghataprabha and Tungabhadra, as well as associated important cities and World Heritage Site. We also have taken a quick tour in the state of Karnataka. I hope you are enjoying this session. In the next session, we will learn the left bank tributary of the river Krishna. Along with that, many important ecological sites as well as multi-purpose projects. Stay tuned. Thank you so much.